Hey guys, welcome back to Breasty Goat, and today we're going to be taking a look at some of the trailers from the Nintendo Direct that we had a while back. So, let's get into it. First, let's start off with the Mario Kart side of things, and we'll be taking a look at the Yoshi's Island track that was revealed here. So, you can see right in the background there that that's where you start the track. Then you'll come and make this first turn over here, and you'll also see some Yoshis in the background spectating the racers as they drive by. Then you'll see in this next shot here that you can see different kinds of Shy Guys. You can see some Shy Guys with flowers on their heads, and you can see some Shy Guys on stilts there. Then you can also see some Chain Chomps in the background as well. After you make that turn, you can see in the last shot, you'll go here under a tree root, and there'll be a piranha plant underneath it. Then you'll jump off of a ramp there into the water. You can see in this next shot that we are now in the water. You can see that we are kind of in a crystal cavern. You can also see a crab to the side over there. After you come out of the water, you'll start to go up the volcano. You can also see a tower in the background there, and what looks to be a star plant. Once you come off the volcano, you'll go into glider mode. You can also see that there's some lava inside, and some smoke coming out of the volcano. After you're done in the air, you can go to this cloud section that you see here. There's also a coin ring before you hit the clouds. After you get onto the clouds, you can see that there is a ramp over there, and you can make a small turn, and there are pipes all along the clouds, as well as another tower you can see there. After you're done with the cloud section, you'll go into glider mode again, and you have a chance to hit a question cloud that you can see there, and that'll open up the bridge that you can see here. You'll also see that there are paratroopers spectating everywhere, as well as some fruit that Yoshi likes to eat. This is just another shot of the bridge. If you don't take the bridge, you can see that there is a wider turn here that leads you back to the starting area. This is the track layout, and after the cloud and glider section, you'll see that it will go to a spot that you can't see right now, and we'll take you back to this shot where it'll show Birdo gliding again, and you'll see that it'll take you back to the starting area, like I said earlier. But I thought you guys might like to see the full track layout. So that was my trailer analysis for the Mario Kart side of things, but don't get off yet, because we still have The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom trailer to analyze. So let's get into that. We start off in a thunderstorm, and you can see over there in the background Death Mountain spewing out malice, as well as a green spiral in the middle there. Next, we're in an enemy camp, and you can also see the new enemy there that is like a frog-type creature that has wings and stuff and can fly. You can also see some other stuff in the enemy camp, such as a chest and some barrels. In the next shot, you can see a glowing symbol on the ground in the background. You can also see two brand new towers, which look like they could be the Sheikah Towers of this game. Next, we're on an up-close shot of a sky island. You can also see a box down below that has red light coming from it. Next, we seem to be underground, with a lot of dead trees, and what seem to be mushrooms, as well as some other vegetation as grass and malice pools. You can see that there is a tree in the background there that looks to have dried out sap in it. You can also see some type of spirit flames to the right over there, as well as bokoblins and Lizalfos mining for some ores in the rock there. There also seems to be malice pouring out of them. You can also see some crates around the mine. You can also see that in the background it looks like a broken house. You can see some shelves and a wood base. In the background, you can see Death Mountain pouring out malice. On the other side of the background, you can see Hyrule Castle, and in front of that, you can see one of the green glowing spirals. On this bridge here, you can see a Hydra with 3 fiery heads. Next, we're at Hateno Village. You can see the ancient tech lab here. You can also see some malice pools in the background, as well as one of the new towers. And in Hateno Village itself, you can see that the village is kind of sparkling, as well as one of the green spirals. In this next shot, you can see Link staring at the Blood Moon with a new shield, and to the right you can see a barrel. Next we can see the Blood Moon above Hyrule Castle. With the Blood Moon overhead, you can see that one of the towers is spewing out malice clouds. You can also see that Hyrule Castle is engulfed in malice. Next, we have another shot of the Blood Moon, with what might be Death Mountain erupting malice. In this next shot, we can see a guardian or some type of robotic creature exploding malice. Here in this next shot, we can see what might be an Igneotalus crumbling. Next, we can see this same shot of Hyrule Castle crumbling as well. Here, we can see the Great Plateau. Also, in the background, you can see one of those glowing spots. Next, we can see bokoblins here getting either charged up or revived with malice. Here we can see some enemies, such as a blue bokoblin, a red moblin, a blue Lizalfo, a Redead, and a red boss bokoblin. Here we can see Link riding a horse in front of Hyrule Castle. You can also see the Great Storm in the background. Here we can either see Moldugas or a new type of enemy swimming through the sand. Here we can see Link being surprise attacked by Guardian Arms, as well as some Sheikah symbols in the background. Here we can see an enemy camp made up of one black boss bokoblin, and the rest of the camp is made up of blue bokoblins. Here we can see a Hinox chasing Link with a green orb around his neck. Here we can see Link paragliding with his tassels on his paraglider, as well as a new shield. Here we can see Link riding a horse over one of these glowing areas, with Hyrule Castle in the background. Here we can see one of these new frog mixed with bat-like creatures carrying a red bokoblin with a hatchet. Here we can see Link fighting two red moblins and one blue moblin with his new shield. There also seems to be one of the new towers in the background as well. Here we can see Link fighting a giant cubed creature, and one of his cubes seems to be glowing. Could this be a weak spot? Here we can see Ganondorf rising, with malice being poured into him. Here, in this shot, we can see Hyrule Castle silhouetted against the thunderstorm. In this shot, Ganondorf appears to be raising Hyrule Castle. Here we can see Ganondorf's eyes glowing with fury and malice. Here we can see Link staring off into the sky. Here we can see that classic Breath of the Wild shot, with Link staring at Hyrule Castle down there in the center, and Death Mountain off to the right. You can also see a giant floating cube over there in the top right. Here we can see the shot that has been in almost every trailer now, Link diving from a sky island and descending to the ground below. Here we can see Link running along a cliffside with one of those symbols in the background. You can also see two of the towers in the background as well as an enemy camp. Here we can see Link firing a homing arrow at one of these frog bat creatures. Here we can see Link shield surfing down a rail into an enemy camp, which looks like they might be mining something back there in the top right. You can see two blue bokoblins as well as one red moblin. You can see Link solving a puzzle here with the power of his new hand. You can also see Death Mountain in the background. You can see Link using a new weapon in this scene that seems to fire out some blue glowing aura towards an luminous talus. We can see a brand new figure in this scene. Who it might be, we're not really sure, but we can see Link reaching out to grab her arm in this shot. We can see in this shot that Link is examining his arm on one of the sky islands. You can also see another sky island in the background as well. In this shot, we see Link using his arm to pull a tire out of some mud on the Great Plateau. You can also see some malice pools in the background as well. Now we can see what that tire was used for. When Link is driving his newly made car, you can see the tires that he pulled out of the mud as the back tires used for his car. You can also see that there is some green paste that he used to probably stick this all together. We can see yet another example of this through this hot air balloon that Link appears to have made, as well as this hovercraft that Link is using to get to the Sky Islands. Now we can see Link riding a horse through the fields. You can also see that there are malice pools on the left over there, as well as some towers in the background. Continuing that same shot, you can see that there is a glowing green rock falling from the sky, as well as a camp to the left over there. And then we cut to the title card for this game. If you zoom in, you can see something right here. Guys, have we found our divine beasts? This almost looks like Valmetto destroyed and in pieces. Could the divine beasts have been destroyed by Ganondorf? We'll have to see. In these last 3 shots, we are back underground, and here we can see that there is a ton of malice pouring out of Ganondorf's body and coming towards Link. This shot almost looks like the malice has already gone into Link, so we'll just have to see the order of events when this game comes out. Last but not least, we see the iconic scene of Zelda falling and Link reaching to save her. Zelda also states in this scene, "Please lend him your power." Could this be referring to Link's new hand? We'll have to see. Wow, there's a lot to unpack here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and comment what you think about all this, about the Mario Kart stuff and the Zelda stuff. Make sure to like the video and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. Brassy Goat signing off. See ya.